So, what's going on, people? Here we are, Saturday morning. The Yeshaya came out today, so that's what we're here to talk about in a moment. So, you see this Hardcore Legend shirt that I'm wearing today? I'm wearing that because I am actually a certified Hardcore Legend. Maybe you saw that video yesterday where I almost cut my finger off trying to make that Hirachi video, right? Yeah, people say it's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt. Well, really, it's all fun and games, then it's just blood and pain, but you keep the show going because the show must go on, right? To quote the Insane Clown Posse anyway, that's what they say, and I'll buy into that. So I kept the show going, finished everything, and then, dealt with all that stuff later, right? Obviously, it really wasn't that serious, but anyways. Speaking of shows, now that I'm remembering that, I meant to say it before. So, coming up soon, coming in February, I'm actually going to start doing a little live monthly show thing, right? So, much appreciation to Gunplay, or Muss on the gram, for giving me the idea, and also to JJ All Day for jumping in, and he's going to help me out with like that first episode, so that's pretty cool of him, right? Now, you might be thinking, I thought you already had a monthly thing that you were doing, right? The whole wrestling thing, what's up with that? Yeah, that's a good question. What is up with that Derek Armstrong who hasn't been around lately? At least not like to make the videos anyway. So I'd like to start doing that again. If you'd like to start seeing those again, say something down below. If I remember, I will make a comment and then you can just kind of like that. And that way you'll save a little bit of time on your end. So anyways, that's that. Let's move on to what's really going on this morning. And that is this box right here, right? Well, the bag, but here we go. So these, okay, should have grabbed that the other way, but whatever, it happens. So this pair of Yeezys, right? Let's go ahead and look at the side of this box here. Give you that little close up so you can see all the stuff on the side of the box. So what do we have here? Like I said, it just says Yeshaya on these. I'm pretty sure it's like Yeshaya or something like that is the actual name. I don't know what's with the name of the last 3 or so that came out, but I don't care for them, right? It's just like, I don't know. Maybe there's a reason to it. I don't look very deep into the shoes most of the time. I just look at it, and if I like it, cool, I'm on board. If I don't like it, it doesn't matter what it came from most of the time. Sometimes something that I don't like, maybe I can get a new appreciation for it, but if I still don't like it, I probably just won't get it anyway. But, it is what it is. So these, I didn't really look at a whole lot of pictures online, but from the brief pictures I did see, I feel like I'm going to be a little underwhelmed. I feel like they're going to look a whole lot like some other stuff that I've seen already. Unfortunately, if I want to do a comparison video, that's going to wait a while because all my shoes that just got here from Korea are still boxed up. So there's a whole bunch of boxes out there to deal with from that and from the ones that I already had before then. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess out there on the other side of this camera, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and open this thing up because I'm trying to see what these look like, and maybe you're trying to see what these look like. So here is one. Okay, that's cool. Now here is the other one. For some reason this lace is all pulled out of here. I don't know what that's all about. I'm gonna assume that there was some shenanigans involved, or maybe this is the one that the guy pulled out when we were in the store because he was trying to do something. Anyway, so let's go ahead and sit this guy right down there. Look over these real quick, make sure everything looks like they're supposed to look because that's always important, right? I don't want to get all deep into the review and then notice there's like a huge ink mark or like a huge slash or something in these. All right, so it looks like everything is fine. All right, what that means is that it is now review time on this right here, the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 in the Yeshaya colorway. So first off, that part where I said that I was likely going to be underwhelmed, that's what's happening right now. That is totally what's happening right now. These remind me very much of, I guess, maybe the Lundmarks, because again, they have that really faded static look, and that's what I remember of those, at least from that comparison video. So that's what I'm thinking. The pull tab thing on the back, I don't remember if those had one or not, but that's a minor thing. And then But yeah, past that, that's what these are looking like. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what these are being compared to, because they're going to stand on their own, because maybe, just maybe, somebody's watching this video and they're thinking, hey, I don't have any of that crap you're talking about. I'm getting these, right? So we're going to talk about these like we always talk about shoes. So starting with the bottom. Across here, you've got the outsole, right? So you've got the Boost kind of behind all this, and then like the outer coating, of course, to kind of keep it all held together. But I do kind of like the little perforations or whatever, so you can actually see in there. Just a nice touch on to me. And then the coloring of that on the bottom, it's kind of like a gum bottom. It's a little light. I don't know if you can really tell from the camera, but it's a little lighter than that. And then moving past that to the midsole here, this color, what you see here, it's similar to a lighter version of what's on maybe the Hyperspaces, or possibly also the Citrins. It kind of reminds me of that color. And then on the back, you've got that part that a lot of people don't like, where it's slightly discolored to match up with what's going on the bottom. That really doesn't bother me, and on some shoes I actually think it looks pretty nice. But it is what it is. And then of course the Boost that's in here, super comfortable. But we'll get into all that when I talk about the sizing and the fits and all that good stuff. So moving back onto the upper, the part that I was kind of mentioning before. So one thing about these particular ones, I do really like the way they did the stitching and how it varies a lot as you move all around the shoe. It's not just one solid style like they used to be originally. So that's a nice touch, right? And coming in here, it's all very much the same two colors. You've got something of a bit of a gray in there and something of kind of like an off-white sort of color. And so you're just going to see that all throughout. And then it looks like these laces are going to have 3M on them. If they do, can I see? Yeah, if they do, I'm going to slip a picture in there. If they don't, there won't be a picture. So if you're seeing a picture right now, it's 3M. If you're not, then it's not. Now, moving on past that, past the upper, some of the previous ones that just came out, not the Christmas time frame releases, but the couple before that, like the Cloud Whites and whatever was after that, I can't remember. On those, when you looked at the front, or from the front, you could see that one side versus the other side, one was slightly different color. It was different enough to notice, right? One was a little brighter, one was a little dimmer, whatever you want to say. But these look like it's very much just the same from left to right, whatever. So that's not anything that really matters to me as far as the overall shoe goes, but it's one of the things that I am noticing about these. And I will say also the stitching that is down there, right down the middle, it's a little closer to the color that you see down here on the midsole on this. I don't know if that's really picking up, but it's kind of, there you go. That's a little bit better. Just like the stitching that is here, that's what I'm talking about. So, and then past that, moving on to the inside, get these laces out of the way so you can see what I'm talking about. Down in there, you can barely see it. It says Adidas Yeezy on the inside. You kind of see that down there. It's just that the coloring that they use, because it's a whitish insole, and they used that color from the midsole to write it. So you can't really see it a whole lot, but it's there because it's always there, right? And then, of course, these little 3 stripes are going to be is it 3? Yeah, these little 3 stripes back here for the Adidas 3 stripes, those are going to be 3M as well. So now that we've talked, I feel like we've talked about all that there is, well, minus the little transparent side. Kind of skipped over that because I get so used to seeing it that it's just slips my mind. But yeah, so you got that going on here, which is a little easier to see through because it's not black like those Yeezys were. So that one was kind of hard to show off, but these a little easier. So depending on what kind of socks you wear, you can maybe give these a little bit of an extra pop, if you will. So there's that for you. Now we can move on. All right, so sizing's important, right? People like to know about that kind of thing. So they also like to see what these things look like on feet. So I'm gonna have to do one of those too. I think I might have to change pants though. But anyway, so these, right? These Yeezys, these 350s, I can only speak on 350s, not all Yeezys. The 350 V2s, my opinion, true to size. So what I'm saying by that, because I know that some people feel like the Adidas and the Nikes don't fit the same to them, and that's I'm not going to argue that, right? It's a fact, right? Some people just feel differently about that. And, it's all on how your feet are and how you like your shoes to fit, whatever. But when I say true to size on these, because I also feel that the Ultra Boost and such are true to size. So whatever you would normally buy in an Adidas shoe, minus the 3MCs, because those do fit big in my opinion, buy that size. So if you have some NMDs, if you have some night joggers, if you have some 93 17s, some Ultra Boost, whatever, go ahead, whatever size that was, you're probably going to be fine with these. Again, because of the whole prime knit upper that you see all around the shoe, it will stretch out over time if you wear them. So they could be a little bit snug when you first have them, but usually after that, after you give them, not as long of a wear as it might take for, say, something like a Vapor Max. Those take a while to break in, but these, I felt like it was probably like maybe by the end of the day, because I'd worn my blue tints all day or something. It might have been another pair. I'd worn them all day. By the end, they were feeling better, right? So the snugness that you feel in the beginning does go away. It's just kind of up to you how you want to play that card, right? So I'm only giving you what I think, and from there, you just got to do whatever you're going to do. So there we go. I feel like I've talked enough about the sizing, the comfort. Comfort's there, totally there, all day, right? Super, super comfortable boost cushioning on these. Better than the Ultra Boost, of course. A lot of people say these are the best ones. Though some people said that the EQTs, like the 91 17s and such like that, were on par with these. I don't have a pair of those because they just didn't last very long, and I didn't ever see a pair that I truly wanted. But I am going to say that these super comfortable. Is it worth paying that extra $1 for them? Because these are coming in at $230 if you're buying them from, like Footaction or whatever, like I did. I don't know. That's a tough call. That's up to you and your bank account, however you do that. But otherwise, just for what they are, if you're asking if they're comfortable all day, they so are. And that concludes the sizing and on foot and all that good stuff. So I don't think I have anything else to say, so I'm going to wrap this video up and move on with my day after I do this editing and get this thing online. So thanks for watching. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are, and come on back eventually and watch some other videos, or don't. Whatever you want to do. I'm cool with either way. All right. Later, people.